everyone and welcome to this video. I hope that you're all doing well. Before I get started with the tarot spread, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that has watched, liked, commented on my videos and subscribed to the channel. It's so lovely to have you here and I really do appreciate it so much, so thank you again for that. So today I'm going to share with you my elemental guide spread. So like the title suggests, it's a spread to use for general guidance rather than if you have a particular question or a particular focus in mind. If you've watched one of my most recent videos about how I journal my tarot readings, then you will have seen me using this spread, so I just really wanted to share it with you guys. So before I show you the setup, I'm going to explain a little bit about the spread itself and the way it works so that you have a little bit of a better understanding of it. So the reason that I called it the elemental guide spread is because it uses the 5 elements, so earth, air, fire, water and spirit, to offer guidance in various aspects of your life. If you didn't already know, the suits of the tarot all correspond to the different elements. So swords is air, cups is water, wands is fire and pentacles are earth. So in turn, each suit and element then represent a different aspect of our life. I'm sure if you read tarot, then you know where I'm going with this, but just so that everyone understands, I'm quickly going to explain the representations. The sword suit and the element of air represent a change or a conflict. It usually hints at an area of turmoil or distress, so it's a problem or an issue that we need to deal with. The cups suit and the water element represent our relationships, whether that's friendship, family, love relationships, and it very much deals with our emotions and our feelings. The wands suit and fire element represent our mind and our mentality. So fire has very strong links to our passions and our creativity, so this links it well to our goals, our dreams and our ambitions. Lastly, the pentacles suit and the earth element link to earthly and material things, so our home, our career and our finances. Like I said, to some seasoned tarot readers this might seem like obvious stuff, but if you're relatively new to your tarot reading journey, then it's important to know these correspondences to access this particular spread. If you want more information like this, or you're just beginning your tarot reading journey, then I do recommend checking out my SkillShare class, An Introduction to Tarot Reading. I'll put the link in the description, and if you sign up before the 30th of September, then you will get 2 free months of SkillShare. After the 30th of September, they are changing their trial period, so rather than the 2 months, it will be 2 weeks, so 14 days. So if you're thinking about signing up, it's well worth doing it now so that you get the full 2-month trial period. Okay, so onto the spread itself. To some people, it may seem slightly strange and a little bit unorthodox, but that's one of the reasons that I really like it. It's different to any of the other spreads that I usually use. So for the setup, you need to split your deck into each of the suits and to give them a shuffle. Just remember that when it comes to doing another spread, you will really need to shuffle your deck good so that all the cards are not still together in their suits. As this is an elemental guide spread, it might be nice for you to have something to represent each of the elements. So you could have incense or a feather to represent air, water obviously to represent the element of water, a candle for fire, and a pentacle or some earth to represent the earth element. I have some discs that I use for this purpose, so these just have each of the elements on there, so that's what I'm going to use for this spread. You don't have to have an elemental representation to do this spread, it's just something that people who practice Wicca and witchcraft might like to do, especially if you're used to casting a circle using the elements, then you'll see where that comes in. So the next thing that you need to do for this spread is to work out where your cardinal directions are, and then you can place your elemental markers there or just be aware of where each direction is. So air should be to your east, water is south, fire is west and earth is north. You may need to use a compass to help you find each direction. Once you've set that up, you can then do your usual tarot ritual. So this might be cleansing the space, burning some incense, having music on, and just generally centering and grounding yourself. When you're ready, you're then going to pick your cards as you usually would, except this time you're going to pick one card to represent each element, so that's one card from each suit. I always start with air because I'm used to starting there when casting a circle, so it just makes sense to me, but if you prefer to start with North and Pentacles, then that's fine. Place each of the cards in their corresponding position, so Swords to the east, Cups to the south, Wands to the west, and then Pentacles to the north. Now you may have noticed that we left out the Spirit element and we haven't actually used the Major Arcana cards, so this is where we pick from this deck. So choose a card and place that in the centre, and this represents Spirit. Now the order in which you turn and explore the cards is entirely up to you, but again I usually like to start with air. This works particularly well because, as we mentioned earlier, air represents a key problem or issue that we may be having. So when exploring the cards and you're reading, remember what each card and element links to. So to the east we have Swords and air. This gives guidance on a change or a conflict in your life. It hints at an area of turmoil or distress. So ultimately this highlights a problem or issue that we need to deal with. To the south we have Cups and the element of water. This is offering you guidance on a relationship, so it could be friendship, family, love, and it usually links to our emotions and our feelings. To the west we have Wands and the fire element. This is providing guidance in relation to our mind and our mentality. Fire has very strong links to our passions and creativity, so it's usually linking to our goals, our dreams and our ambitions. North we have Pentacles and the earth element, which is offering us guidance on earthly and material things, so it links to maybe our home and our material possessions, our career or our finances. So lastly, in the centre we have the Major Arcana, so the Spirit. This offers us guidance on a more spiritual level, so is usually a bigger picture card, and it points us on our spiritual journey. That's how this Major Arcana card should be read in this scenario. Think about a spiritual interpretation, maybe metaphorical rather than physical and literal. Please stay tuned because I am going to be releasing a brand new tarot class over on SkillShare, which is all about telling the story of a tarot reading and linking together the cards across a spread. So to keep up to date with that, you can follow me on social media. I'll put all of my links below. But you can usually just search Ophelia Feyre and I will pop up. I really hope I explained that clearly because I know that sometimes something makes sense to me in my head but might not really relate well to others. So if you have any questions then please do leave them in the comments and I'll answer them the best I can. I hope you enjoyed the video and the tarot spread. Let me know if you try it and how it works out for you in the comments. Thank you very much guys, and I'll see you in the next video.